So we begin with the breaking news. A fresh trade war between the US and China has just kicked off. An hour and a half ago, the US went ahead with its promise of 10% tariffs on all Chinese goods.
I'm starting a bookstore in my garage. Online orders, garage shipping. A simple idea, right? But imagine pitching that in the 90s. Is Jeff Bezos a visionary or just another dreamer with a wild idea? Turns out both perspectives were right. Amazon became a global force. No doubt, a phenomenal company. But let's not forget, Amazon is an e-commerce giant. Alibaba, it's something different. It doesn't just do e-commerce, it enables it. It believes that every business has the potential to be the next Amazon. It began quietly, a whisper in the world of retail. Consumers started expecting faster deliveries, downloading new apps, and changing their habits. At first, no headlines, no alarm bells in Silicon Valley, but by the time the data rolled in, it was undeniable. As of May 26, 2025, the future of global e-commerce isn't being written in Seattle anymore. It's being defined in Hangzhou, because Alibaba, not Amazon, is now setting the pace. And it's not through headlines or lobbying, but through raw, unstoppable innovation. Alibaba's one-hour delivery network is now fulfilling over 40 million orders per day. Yes, 40 million daily deliveries across hundreds of cities, all driven by a single unified infrastructure that critics once called experimental. This isn't just China's e-commerce boom, it's Amazon's biggest existential threat. Before we go deeper, smash that like button to help us out with the algorithm and show your support. While US companies were cutting budgets, laying off staff, and battling inflation and union pressure, Alibaba went full throttle. It took 10 years of food delivery know-how, stacked groceries, electronics, and daily essentials on top, and created an e-commerce machine so smooth and so fast that Chinese consumers now expect one-hour delivery by default. In the West, next-day shipping still gets applause. In the East, 1 hour is the new standard. And while Amazon's Prime network remains dominant in the US, its global edge is slipping. Why? Amazon is being squeezed from both sides. On one flank, Chinese disruptors like Temu and Shein are flooding US markets with ultra-cheap goods, now holding over 17% of the American discount retail space. On the other hand, Washington is firing back, dismantling the very rules that made that model work. As of this week, the US has officially killed the de minimis rule, the one that let foreign sellers ship items under $800 without paying tariffs. That rule was a golden ticket for platforms like AliExpress, Temu, and Shein. It let them bypass customs and undercut US prices effortlessly. But now, every package, no matter how small, is hit with a minimum 10% duty, often more, depending on the product. This isn't just policy, it's a direct economic shockwave, and Beijing has responded in kind, slapping tariffs of up to 125% on select American imports and tightening export controls on critical materials like semiconductors and rare earths. This isn't 2018's trade war all over again. This is round 2, and it's digital. Retail platforms have become geopolitical weapons. Business strategy is now international chess, and companies that once thrived on global access are learning just how fragile that access truly was. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay ahead of the retail revolution. Even Amazon isn't immune. The de minimis rollback wasn't supposed to hit Amazon hard, but surprise, it's already biting deep. Amazon's third-party marketplace, its fastest growing revenue stream, it is built on global sellers, many of whom operate directly out of China. Now, with tariffs in place, costs are soaring, customs are cracking down, shipping is slower, margins are thinner, and customers are noticing. In response, Amazon quietly launched a new storefront, a discount zone mimicking Temu and Shein. The concept? Manufacturer direct pricing, fewer middlemen, lower prices, slower delivery. But it may be too little, too late. Temu is now beating Amazon in app downloads. Shein owns the teen and college fashion crowd. Their loyal user base is sticking, even as prices inch up. The US government's plan is clear. Push Chinese platforms out of the market, remove their pricing edge, force a reset, but it comes at a cost. American companies now face multi-front wars against regulation, against global competitors, And against rising consumer expectations, Amazon is stuck in the crossfire. Customers still want low prices. Washington demands domestic sourcing, and Chinese platforms, they're not slowing down. Meanwhile, Alibaba is building around the chaos. Instead of clashing with US regulators, it's pulling back and doubling down on Southeast Asia. Lazada, its regional platform, is rapidly expanding in Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, with logistics powered by the same tech behind Taobao and LA.me. It's replicating the one-hour commerce model region by region, and Europe's next. Test programs have already launched in Italy, Spain, and the Netherlands. If they succeed, Alibaba won't just compete on price, it'll compete on speed. 1 hour from app to doorstep. Think that's impossible? So was next-day shipping, until someone built it. Today, that someone is Alibaba, and from the sidelines, Jeff Bezos watches. The man who once reshaped global retail, the one who said Amazon's margin is its moat. But that moat, it's now being crossed. Margins are under fire, labor costs are surging, warehouse protests are spreading, and global politics are strangling the very infrastructure Bezos once mastered. This isn't about failure. Amazon is still a titan, but its dominance is no longer a guarantee if it loses on cost, speed, and global scale. The next era of retail won't be American. It will belong to those who build faster, leaner, and smarter. While the US drafted tariffs, Alibaba built infrastructure. 40 million instant orders every day. A new retail world rising in Asia. Amazon is adapting, but behind the curve. As app loyalty slips, shipping delays grow, and prices creep higher, consumers are left wondering, what happened to the tech giants that once promised everything, everywhere, all at once? This isn't about nationalism or politics. It's about models, about momentum, about the future of speed. Alibaba is accelerating, the conflict is escalating, and the real battlefield, it's not boardrooms, it's shopping carts. Stay sharp, stay informed, because right now, the scoreboard favors the other side.